I'm not going to argue that, but I'm not sure why you're saying I'm vain, but I agree with you.
Because they're ugly.
Oh, I'm sorry. Book an appointment, boo. What's your baby's name? Which one? There are two. We have Dylan Lee, who's our oldest or eldest son, and then Kyle Ann, his twin sister.
Some of the videos that I make, in fact, all the videos that I make, unfortunately, have a very heavy content nature, and I need to decompress and I need to take some time away from time to time.
He is so right. It's not even just a video sometimes. I mean, by the way, I don't want to take a break from time to time. Like, I'm just like here trying to report it all. But I know what he means. It's not even just like the videos you make. It's like the more you go in and you're trying to do research to figure out like, how did we get here? And you're finding out so much and you're finding out so much. And it's like, bro, you're just unraveling so much. It can drive you nuts. But y'all know me, I always be like, praise the Lord, you know, God is still in control, because something's got to still be in control of all of this insanity, right? So I still, you know, I love to do it. You know, coming back and looking at things and then talking to y'all about it. So in this particular episode, the reason why I'm using the story box, and I do like the story box, I was so happy to see when he got his channel back too, because homie was killing it back in the summertime last year. All of a sudden they took his channel from him and everything. They were like demonetizing him. It was a crazy time last year where we couldn't, like, I definitely could never have had this channel last year. So shout out to him for being back. But he has more of the information on this situation. And I want to talk about it too and give a perspective on it that he probably missed. But again, he does amazing work. So we're going to get right back into this clip.
Otherwise, I am going to become insane, just like these insane people that are things, especially when it comes down to a lot of this transgender madness and what they're doing to young kids, especially. So I just wanted to make that evidently clear for those of you that didn't already know where I've been and why my videos haven't been as frequent as you guys would be normally used to. Now, I saw this video on Twitter, which is another place I have to sort of get off when I am decompressing and just living in the world of sanity.
Okay, so we're gonna just go right into the video, but like it is a lot, you know. I get it, it is a lot, and so I just want to get into the. Yep, all right, there we are, and we'll go on from there. Just go a little bit in front of that, you know, ahead.
Man's chest, and you can hear the cries of that poor baby.
So what we're gonna look at is this male who has had a baby. God forgive me.
Have a watch.
I'm gonna pause that right there. Like, man, it is enough to make you like. It enrages me what we're looking at. It literally enrages me beyond belief. I've actually, you know, I finally was like, I need to go ahead and address this video. I need to really look at this video because obviously this is something that we definitely need to talk about. But I had to not look at this video for a little while. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, you know what? Don't even, I had to keep on swiping up. Like, I had it saved, but because the clip is on Twitter. And I was like, I can't look at this right now because it evokes too many emotions out of me. Like, I can't, like, I want to bust out crying right now, to be honest, because this poor baby is being used as a tool. And this is a baby with a soul, for crying out loud. How did we get to this point? How did we get here? And by the way, and this is like not even the right time to say this, but if you guys are just coming here to this channel, please please hit the subscribe button. We do need more, like that's how I said, shout out to the story box for talking about this. We need more voices to talk about this stuff. You know, they don't want us talking about this. You know, they want to normalize everything. And sometimes I don't know how long any of us are going to last on these platforms because we have dissenting voices to a lot of this stuff. And anyway, so if you're new here, please hit the subscribe button. There's no way for you to like this video, but please hit the like button so we can get this kind of stories out there for people who don't know what's going on, because they're manipulating a lot of things too, like surrogacy, IVF. This is why this stuff is in headlines. Everything is a controversy. Things that were supposed to help people are using it and abusing it, and now it's a controversy. It's a conflict, you know? This is the first time I'm going to say anything like this. I do hate this person. I do. When it comes to children, I can't hide it. This baby right now is being ABUSE, in my opinion, because after baby comes out the womb, they're looking for the breast to latch on. The baby is not just crying just to cry. They need to latch on to the breast. And that's what he's doing. He's doing like he's like cooing. It's almost, I think it's the roar reflex too, where the cheek, the constant movement of the cheek, like the cheek keeps being like stroked because he's moving, and then it makes the baby like keep looking for the breast. This is a reflex that the Lord gave us in order to survive when we come out of our mother's wombs. I don't know, y'all. I didn't know this was gonna bother me this much, but this really does bother me. It bothers me a lot.
Now, personally, my thoughts on the world of surrogacy is this: humans are not property to be sold and shared around, although a lot of people in this world would seemingly disagree with me on that fact. We have human trafficking, which is running rampant in our society. And for some reason, we think it's totally normal and totally acceptable to actually allow a woman to grow a baby inside of her and then get rid of that baby and hand it over to somebody else that someone else has actually paid for. Who in the hell actually thought that this would be a good idea? Ripping away a child that has spent the better half of however many months growing inside of that mother, feeling attached to that mother, only to then be ripped away, that bond be ripped away and given to somebody else. So who's to say how much that is worth? Who is the one that actually brings up the figure of that? Also, that a lot of people that I've been seeing that are getting this done happen to be either gay or transgender. So a lot of the people that are buying babies, which is what it is, you can call it surrogacy all you want, but in reality, it is you are buying a child or a baby so you can have a family of sorts. You are stripping the child, the innocent child, away from its mother so it can be raised with its not biological parent or parent.
Yes, he covers a lot. And so I want to actually go into, there's more to this. So I actually had bookmarked it to look. Yeah, so here we go. We have here, now this is of course when this like there's a real emotional difference between these two. You can see it. The baby sees, you see, yeah, absolutely so true. The baby already is calmed by the mother's voice. Even and then when you look at this,
Oh no, I put it back on.
I know, but her mother had
Oh no, I put it back on.
I know, but her mother had a cross.
Oh, he went back.
do hate this person. So you could tell the difference. The other baby, as soon as the other baby here, because obviously mom at that point can't breastfeed. Mom looks like was having probably like a C-section or something, or I think that's what that is when they cover. Yeah, that when they cover like that's a C-section, so mom can't breastfeed just yet, but they make sure to get that emotional bond going immediately, and it works. Baby already is calming down. Like, okay, this is familiar. That's not familiar. And look at him. He's so freaking narcissistic. He has nails, and he's like, yeah, give it here. And the baby, it needs, like, if you really loved your child, because obviously, right, like we know that he's probably the father of this child, right? I mean, the narcissism, the self-serving, disgusting serving of the flesh that we are seeing here. If you really loved your child, you would be like, you know what? I can't even pretend to do this. Like, I thought I could do it, but I can't. Where's the mom? The mom just go ahead, take the baby to the mom. Or at least, right? If you really were a gay guy who just wanted to have a family, let's pretend for 2 seconds that this is not self-serving. You would even say, I want the baby to be with mom for at least the first 3 months, at least, right? So baby can not feel like they're having some emotional trauma, and maybe getting some breast milk. That could have been part of the deal. No, you people rip the baby away from mom, and mom's and look, dig this, right? Dig this hole, because mom is horrible. Mom is the worst. Every woman involved with this is sick. I could never have been a nurse. They would have fired me that day, because I would not be able to hand that child over. I know me. I would have been like, F off, F all the way off, all the way off. Like even this. I'm running into stuff. Robert and his husband Jason are members of our something group. They just had a baby and took to Facebook to encourage other dads, regardless of age. We're both in our 50s. Shout out to older dads. Like the absolute. Again, the women who are doing this, they're just as disgusting too. Okay, be clear. Shout out to Brother Omar, who says peak capitalism, money can buy you babies now. Neither of these elderly men are related to this baby who they had with a surrogate mother. Go on, justify this one. And the mother, I don't justify. This is these two. They had 2. What do you think about trans male couples adopting and buying children? So there was 2. And they look in the camera. They don't love the kids. And that look is the look of like, yup, and what? Like they bucking at you from the picture, like, now what? Say something. That's how they look at you.
I'm not going to argue that, but I'm not sure why you're saying, but I agree with you.
Because they're ugly.
Oh, I'm sorry. Book an appointment, boo. What's your baby's name? Which one? There are 2. We have Dylan Lee, who's our oldest or eldest son, and then Kyle Ann, his twin sister. Cake Lady, you ordered some products today. Thank you so much for your support. Everybody, if you're like, I don't want to subscribe, I don't want to send virtual gifts, you can go order some shampoo and conditioner, and that's the best gift of all. Whose babies are they? They are ours. Love the beard with the blonde. Oh, wow. Thank you, because that's what we're working with. Oh, someone else said I ordered 2, but I didn't see the name.
Let me tell you something right now, okay? This one, she's disgusting. I can't stand. It is enough to make me hate Black women. It really is. It's enough to make me hate everybody involved. Like, I just seriously, like, oh, you just want to, this new thing with this new communism. It's like, oh, well, it's different. You know what I mean? Like, oh, because the white people, yeah, girl, because the white males, they're not gonna patriarch us, and so you get involved with this abomination, right? And this is what I mean. This is why I always bring it back to God. I have to, because number one, I definitely have to, because I end up wanting to really say some horrible things. And so like, I have to remember, like, you know what I mean? Like, God will deal with this, right? But at the same time, also I say, bring it back to God in a sense that this is what happens when you serve yourself. We are depraved creatures. We are. It's okay. You know what I mean? We are depraved. Any atheist will tell you that too. So me saying that, somebody will be like, oh, you're radical, blah, blah, blah. the people who don't believe in God, they'll say that humans need to leave this earth because of pollution, right? I've heard people say that, like, I'm thinking about unaliving myself because we are a bad carbon life form or whatever. Like, or I've heard people say we're no different than animals. We just think a little harder. Excuse me? No, we are created. We are created by a creator who designed us in his image, right? So you should treat yourself like your body like a holy temple, right? But then you also respect your creator, because if you answer to yourself, you will eat yourself alive, or you will do things like this where you so excited to be a part. Oh man, no, all right, calm down. So, and then you're gonna feed this child with these long nails. You're not even supposed to have. So, when you work in peds and maternity, first of all, you're not supposed to have nail polish on as a nurse, period, because it can hold in bacteria underneath the layer of the nail polish. Fake nails is an absolute no. Long fake nails is an absolute no. With the baby, so you picking up. So how are you wiping the baby? He's not. He's getting paid to do this. Both of them. This is the nanny. This is the one who's probably going to be taking care of the baby. I cannot take this anymore. I can't even pretend that this is okay. Like, I don't know how to compute this in my mind. I don't know how to go nuts. Now, not like that's why I said I was gotta bring it to God. I am heartbroken. And this is why now, though, they're saying that like surrogacy is now becoming controversial. IVF, all of it. You hear this stuff in the news, and it'll sound like, oh, these people, they just want to, all they want to do is demonize women and not make it easy for women and woman's choice. No, it's because it's never for you. It's a shame. Listen, I don't have kids, and I didn't even expect this episode to go on into this, right? But my best friend, she's a sweetheart. She's like just amazing, right? And she told me about, now I can have kids, okay, like be clear. But she did tell me one time, she was like, well, if you ever wanted, I would carry, if it ever came down to it, like I would carry your child for you if you ever needed that, right? I mean, that's just beautiful. Like, my gosh, like an angel on, like God is so good, right? That's different. And obviously, like, and I was like, no, I could never, like, because that's a lot. But surrogacy itself was never for females, though. It's a shame. I think it's something that, like, if you know somebody, like all of that, like renting a womb, dead it. Because now it's become where we can't discriminate. Remember, we can't discriminate. So now the trans woman is a woman. So now the trans woman can just go ahead and rent a womb. Anyway, they're getting them pregnant anyway. So some things you can't legislate because you got sick people who's going to do it anyway. I'll see you guys at the next video.